design all gravity. Perform analysis of the all active gravity load combinations. Design checks for every member but not concrete slab. Overview 3D analysis is run excluding pattern loading to establish the design force for the steel and concrete members. For the above analysis, lateral transition fixed support can optionally be applied for the column nodes in order to remove the unwanted lateral displacement they prevent the analysis for plating or producing unrealistic forces controlled by the VBA setting design options general of the home ribbon. Real chase down analysis performed to establish a second set of the design force for the concrete members if the bond contains flat slabs on beam. FE chase down analysis is also performed. The result of the optional usually established third set of design force concrete columns, beams, and walls. Each member is checked and designed according to auto design setting gravity combinations only. On completion of gravity sizing with the process, all steel members are set to the check design mode. At this point, possible lateral moves or undersides have been designed with the gravity combinations only, so the recommended for the reset them to the auto design before continuing the design process. How do I run and design all gravity? Prior running design should have the assigned appropriate auto design settings with all the members. Auto design on. New section size will be designed steel members. New with the reinforcement will be designed for the concrete members. Auto design existing section size will be checked for steel members. And existing reinforcement will be checked for concrete members. 2. You should also review the design options if they are in place to do this. Click design options, run the design all gravity. At the end of the analysis design process, activate view switch to a review view, tab switch design to review, ready for the reviewing design graphically. Design all static, performs analysis for the all active static load combination, gravitational lateral equivalent lateral force size, making the design check every member of but not concrete slabs. Overview, first order analysis of all unfactored load cases performed established serviceable limited state with a requirement such as deflection. Equivalent horizontal forces are determined for every active combination which they are included. Having established the equivalent horizontal force for the contribution frame, deflections are determined using the first order analysis. Values are established. 3D analysis is performed first, second order, and specify the design option analysis for all combinations to establish a set of design forces. Grilled chase down analysis performed to establish a second set of design force for the design concrete members. If the model contains flat slabs on being the FE chase down analysis is also performed. The results being optional to use to establish sets of the design for concrete beams, columns, and walls. All steel members set for the auto design are designed for appropriate design requirements. Gravity members design on gravity combinations. Lateral members designed for all combinations. Only active combinations are checked if section size or change for the analysis design cycle is repeated. All steel members set to check in mode to check for the appropriate design requirement. Gravity members are checked for the gravity combination. Lateral members are checked for all combinations. Only active combinations are checked. All concrete members are set to auto design modes designed for the appropriate design requirements. Only active combinations are checked. All concrete members are set to check for the appropriate design requirements. Only active combinations are checked. At the end of the process, auto design settings are typically clear with the steel members but retained with the concrete members. You change if the required VBA design option. Auto design. How do I run a design? All static. Prior to running the design, you should have assigned the appropriate auto design settings to all the members. Auto design on. New section size of the design steel members. New with the reinforcement design with the concrete members. Auto design existing section size check for the steel members. Existing reinforcement will be checked for concrete members. You should also review the design options that are in place to do. Click the design option for the run of the design all static. Into the end of the analysis design process, active view switch to a review view. Tab switch is designed to review, ready to the reviewing design graphically. How do I check auto design is on or off? Select the members if you want to view the view or change the auto design property. Check for the current auto design setting showing in the properties window is correct. Adjust as necessary. Auto design on. New reinforcement will be design. Auto design existing reinforcement will be checked. Alternatively, edit the member to do the same thing. 1. Highlight the member, right click the display with the context menu. Choose the edit with the context menu. 3. Review the auto design setting of the dialog box. Adjust as necessary. RSA analysis design. RSA load combination should be set in advance for the RSA design with the running with the seismic wizard with the choosing option. Model response spectrum analysis seismic wizard is not currently available for the AS1174 code variant. Design steel RSA performs analysis all RSL load RSA L load combination within design steel members, overview validation, standard model analysis validation, plus additional seismic specific checks are performed. First order vibration analysis program with effective seismic weight combination only, which determine the fundamental period of directions of 1 and 2, pre-analysis, seismic weight and seismic torque calculation, static analysis, first order linear, second order linear. For all RSA seismic combinations, relevant load cases include static load cases, but RSA seismic and RSA torsional load cases. RSA analysis, set of results generated subset vibration mode of each of the RSA seismic load cases of the result of each mode, then combined in a single set. Accidental torsion analysis, nodal loads of the generated with the RSA torsional load case. They are analyzed in the first order linear analysis. All steel members auto design mode, design taken the current size as if the determined static design starting as a starting point. If the section sizes are changed, if the analyst design cycle is repeated, all steel members are set to check with the mode and check with the appropriate design requirement. How do I run a design steel RSH? First, check auto design properties correctly set, and all members auto design on. New section size will be designed. Auto design off. Existing section size will be checked. How do I check the auto design is on and off? Next, review the design option. Adjust if necessary. Click design options, then click the design steel RSA at the end of the analyst design process. Active view the switch for the review. View tab switch design to review, ready for reviewing design graphically. Design concrete, perform an analysis with the all active with the RSA load combination of the design concrete members. Overview, validation, standard model analysis, validation, plus additional seismic specific checks are performed. First order vibration analysis, perform effective seismic weight combination only, which determine the fundamental periods of the direction 1 and 2, pre-analysis, seismic weight and seismic torque calculations. Static analysis, first order linear, second order linear for all RSA seismic combination. Relevant load cases include static load cases, but not RSA seismic, RSA torsion load cases. RSA analysis, set of results generated subset vibration modes with each of the RSA seismic load case for the result of each mode, then combined in a single set. Accidental torsion analysis, nodal loads with generated for each RSA torsional load case. They are analyzed using first order linear analysis. All concrete members use the set of auto design with the design taking the current reinforcement determined with the static design starting point. All concrete members check mode are checked for appropriate design requirements. How do I run design concrete RSA? First, check the auto design properties correctly set and all members auto design on. New reinforcements will be designed for concrete members auto design off. Existing reinforcements will be checked for the concrete members. Next, review the design option. Adjust if necessary. Click design option. Then click design concrete. Then inhibit analysis design process with active view switches. Review view tab switch design to review. Ready for reviewing the design graphically. Design all RSA. Perform an analysis with the RSA load combination with the design all members. Overview validation standard model analysis validation plus additional seismic specific checks are performed. First order vibration analysis performed. Effective seismic weight combination only determine fundamental periods of direction 1 and 2 pre-analysis seismic. For seismic weight, seismic torque and calculation, static analysis, first order linear, second order linear for all RSA seismic combinations, all relevant load cases, including static load case, non-RSA seismic, and RSA torsional load cases. RSA analysis, set of results generated subset vibration modes of each of the RSA seismic load cases with the result of each mode with a combined and single set. Accidental torsion analysis, nodal loads are generated by the RSA torsional load case. They are analyzed in the first order linear analysis. All steel members with the auto design mode are designed taking current size that has been determined with the static design with the starting point and section size change for the analysis design cycle is repeated. All concrete members are set to auto design or designed to take in the current reinforcement have the determined static design as a starting point. All steel and concrete members are checked with appropriate design requirements. How do I run a design all RSA? First, check the auto design properties correctly set with the old members auto design on. The new section set will determine the steel members of the new reinforcement will design for concrete members. Auto design off. Existing size will be checked for the steel members. Existing reinforcement will check for the non-concrete for concrete members. Next, review the design option. Adjust as necessary. Click the design option, then click design all RSA. At the end of the analysis design process, for the active view switches with the review view the tab switch design to review, ready for reviewing design graphically. Slab design and patches, punching shear, overall slab process, design process, compromise the following steps, create patches, slab patches are placed over the columns, beams, walls, and panels as required, perform slab design, slab panels are lay outside of the patch are designed, Perform patch design. Patches are designed available to punching shear checks. Punching shear checks are placed in and not required, not available to the Australia head code. Performing punching shear checks. Punching shear checks are performed with the whole model individually, not available in the Australia head code. Patch creation. What is a patch? Patches are used during design concrete slabs, a way of managing physical and design data of the defined rectangular area of the slab of the FE analysis result of the collected enabling the design perform design moments collected with the result of the strips embedded with each of the patches. Depending on the patch type, they contain up to 6 result strips, catering up for up to 3 strips of reinforcement in each 2-pick in perpendicular directions. Following patches are typical types are available: column patch, all column stack heads; beam patch, all along beams; wall patch, along walls; panel patch, specified position, panel boundary, not restricted to centralized position, or not restricted to existing purely within one panel. May also be positioned under load. These patches are either on the top or bottom of the slab and may or may not have the reinforcement defined in them. If no reinforcement is defined with the background reinforcement is used. And reinforcement is defined with the top and the bottom of the XY direction. You have the option to use the sum background plus the patch reinforcement, and if reasonably aligned. Note that the patches may overlap the plan view with no restriction evidence, even if the patches relating same layer reinforcement are allowed to overlap. The situation is handled conservatively during the designs by simply ignoring the overlap. How do I create a column patch? Click design and then patch drop down patch column. Create the column patch properties displayed. Use the LXLY property to select this patch size. Use surface property to specify the layer. Select auto design property in order to reinforce and have the reinforcement automatically designed. Only select the considered patch surface moments only property. If don't want to consider the opposite surface situation when you need to select this option should be rare. Typically we'll check if the slab reinforcement opposite surface failed if but another patch exists in the same location at the face when the other patch is designed on additional reinforcement will provide it at the surface. So surface check is not required for the original patch. To place a patch over the specific column, click the column node with the slab. Tekla structure designer will add the patch to the selected column to create multiple patches in a window by windowing. Move the cursor one corner of the measuring box will encompass the columns for which you will define the patch. Click and hold the left mouse button, drag diametrically opposite corner of the box. You'll see a rubber rectangle screen will follow the mouse move with the help you check the area in which you are creating patches. Once the rubber rectangle are encompassed with creation, all release for the mouse button within the Tekla structure design will create patches to come, which are told within the rubber rectangle. How do I create a beam and patch? Click design, then from the patch down drop list /patch beam. To create the patch beam property set is displayed. Use the surface property to specify the layer. Select the auto design property in order to have the reinforcement automatically designed to define required patch width with perpendicular beams and to define the required center strip bent width to end strip for the recalculated accordingly cannot be edited. Only select consider patch surface moments only with the property if still want to consider the opposite surface. So situation when you need to select the option should be very rare. Typically with a check slab reinforcement opposite surface fail if another patch exists same location of the face. When the other patch is designed, additional reinforcements would be provided after the surface. Such surfaces are not required for the original patch. This is a central strip and a patch width. To patch, place a patch over a specific beam span. Click the required beam span. Tekla structure will add the patch centered on and oriented with the beam center line. To create multiple patches by windowing, move the cursor over the imaginary box will enclose the beams for which you want to define the patch. Click and hold left mouse button. Drag the diametrically opposite corner of the box. You'll see with the rubber rectangle stream in the file with the mouse move that helps you check the area in which you're creating patches. One with the rubber rectangle and comes with the creation relief of the mouse button with the Tekla structure will create the patches all over the beam top totally with the rubber rectangle. How to create a wall patch design. Then from the patch drop down list, select the patch wall. Create the wall patch property set is displayed. Use surface property to specify the layer. You select auto design property in order to have the reinforcement automatically designed. Only select the consider patch surface moments only property. If you don't want to consider the opposite surface situations, you need to select option should be select this option should be very rare. Typically the check slab reinforcement opposite surface failed if another patch exists in the same location after the face. One of the other patches of the design additional requirements will be provided after the surface. The surface check is not required for the original patch. 3. Define the required patch width perpendicular to the wall. Place a single patch along a specific wall. Choose the create mode single patch along wall. Click required Tekla structure will add the patch centered on an orientated wall center line to place an internal patch. 2 end patches are along a specific wall. Choose the create mode internal end patches. Click the required wall Tekla structure will add 1 internal patch. 2 and end patches centered on an orientated wall center line. To place end patch on one end of the specific wall, choose create mode end patch at wall end. Click near the required end of the wall Tekla structure. Designer will add the patch at end of the wall closest to the point clicked on to place the internal patch away along the specific wall. 1. Choose the create mode internal patch. Move the cursor along the required wall. Click the define required start point. Move the cursor further along the wall. Click again to define required end point. Tekla structure will add the patch between 2 points clicked on. To create patches along multiple walls, Windows choose only one of the following create modes. Add a single patch along wall, internal end patches. Move the cursor one corner of the measuring box and complete the wall of which you want to define the patches. Click and hold the left mouse button, drag diametrically opposite corner of the box. To see a rubber rectangle on the screen file with the mouse move to help you check the area in which you are creating patches. 1 with the rubber rectangle and complete the creation or release of the mouse button with the Tekla structure designer will create patches at walls which were totally within the rubber rectangle. How to create the panel patches. Click design, then from the patch drop down list select the patch panel. This creates panel patch property set displayed. Use the LXLY property to specify the patch size. Use the surface property to specify the layer. Select the auto design property in order to have the reinforcement automatically designed. Only so that consider patch surface moments only property. If you don't want to consider the opposite surfaces when you need to select options should be very rare. Typically check that the slab reinforcement opposite surface available with another patch exists same location of the face. When the other patches design additional reinforcement will be provided to add the surface check is not required with the original patch. Place a patch in centroid or specific panel. Ensure that the create patches at centroid is selected. Click anywhere with the required panel. Tekla structural design will add the patch at dependent panel centroid to place the patch elsewhere in a specific panel. Ensure that the create patch at centroid is cleared. Define the patch at the corner. Define the corner point selected. Click with select the first and then the second corner of the patch. Tekla structure will add the patch to chosen position. To define the patch and center clear. To define corner points, click where you want in the center patch will be within the required panel. The Tekla structure will be added the point patch to the chosen position. To create multiple centroid patches by window, ensure that the create patch is centered. Patch is selected. Move the cursor one corner of the measuring box will encompass the panels which are defined with the patch. Click and hold left mouse button, drag diametrically opposite corner of the box. You'll see the rubber rectangle on the screen, which fell with the mouse move to help you check for the area under which you are creating patches. 1 for the rubber rectangle that encompasses the creation. Release the mouse button. Tekla structural designer will create patches and centroids all of the panels of the totally with the rubber rectangle. How to add rubber rectangle. How to edit the property of the existing patch. Hover the cursor over the patch. Edit with the select any tooltip should appear. Press down arrow cursor arrow until the patch name is highlighted and select the enter into any tooltip. Press enter. Once the below property should be displayed. Appropriate type of the patch selected. Edit column patch properties. Edit beam patch properties. Edit wall patch properties set. Edit panel patch properties set. Edit properties as required. Use the LX property to specify the patch size. Serve the property to specify the layer. Select auto design property in order to have the reinforcement automatic design. Consider strips to specify the direction reinforcement of the design. Reinforcement property to specify the type of the direction reinforcement of the design. Define the required width of each of the strips. Specify that each of the strips is designed for the average maximum design force within. How to reassign the existing patch. Hover the cursor over the patch. Reset the select editing toolbox should appear. Press down here with the cursor patch name highlighted. Select any tooltip. Press enter. For hover the cursor over the patch. A patch corner to adjust. Select editing tooltip should appear. Press down here cursor over the edge of the number. Node number highlighted to image. Select any tooltip. Press enter. Click and drag and move selected edge of the corner. Design slabs. How do I design a check all slab panels? For design ribbon, check with the design slab. All panels of the model or design checked automatically in accordance with the individual auto design settings. How do I check an individual slab panel? However, the cursor over the top of the panel with the design select any tooltip should appear with the necessary with the drop down cursor arrow until the slab panel name is highlighted. Select any tooltip. Right click with the context menu pick check panel. The result of the check is displayed dialog on the screen. How to redesign an individual slab panel. Hover the cursor over the top of of the panel design select the end tooltip should appear. If necessary, press of the down arrow cursor key. If the lab panel name is highlighted, select any tooltip, right click the context menu of the design panel. The result of the design is displayed on the dialog on screen. Design patches. How do I design and check all patches of the model? From the design ribbon, the design patches. All patches model with the design checked automatically in accordance with their individual auto design settings. I would check with the individual patch. However, the cursor over the top of the patch design select any tooltip should appear with the necessary press down on the area cursor and key until the patch name is hidden. Select any tooltip. Right click for the context menu. Click check select patch. Result of the check for the display with the dialog on the screen. How to design an individual patch. The cursor over the top of the patch to design and select any tooltip should appear with the necessary down arrow with the cursor key with the patch name is highlighted. Select any tooltip. Right click with the context menu with the design patch. Result of the design display with the dialog screen. Adding punching and shear checks. Look at the design toolbar. Add check command. It can be used to punch and shear check create columns. Concrete columns with or without drops of wall supporting flat slab. Concrete columns wall supporting flat slab. Foundation mat. Concrete columns with or without drops walls of the flat slab. Point loads of flat slab foundation mat. How do I create a punching check item? Punching check items obviously give the punching shear information calculation attached created with the auto check command. They can be created both 2D and 3D views. Click design, then click add check. Create punching check properties. Display of the check for the location of the slab tension for reinforcement of the current correctly specified with the set remaining properties required. Point load properly relevant unless you're writing check to the board. Load position create with a check with either with a hovering in the cursor of the required column wall node point load until the pick of the punch check location tooltips appear. Then click the punch check item that was selected node. Click and drag with the box punch check item potential check locations at the box. Punching check axis row orientation. When the punching check is applied with the column check X, will check the Y and Z axis automatically orientated aligned with the major and minor axes. Two axis systems are located together and column is rotated. Punching check is also rotated. So as minor as your Z-axis, major as your Y, Z and Y. When punching is applied with a point load with manually defined with a punching check, Z-axis oriented specified punch and point load orientation in relation to the global Y. Point load orientation along with the point load breadth depth are not applicable to check is applied with the column. However, specify the type of the rail enforcement for check for the columns under slab of the points load with the provide with the head code of the Euro code ACI with the orthogonal circular arrangement stud rails can be specified. And either checker design is required. Create a punch check item and create punch check properties. Select the option reinforcement. Choose whatever the auto design reinforcement set reinforcement properties are required. Once the check has been placed by right-clicking the punching check item, you can choose the edit of the reinforcement ordered graphically. Note, modify the punching reinforcement arrangement overview. Editing reinforcement dialog box shows punching shear reinforcement properties. User in reinforcement. Select reinforcement. Start from select reinforcement type, arrangement type, rib type, grape type, bar size, spacing, column size, spacing. Studs, number of studs per rail, design, diagonal stud rails on one corner, number of studs per column face, rail spacing, Y and Z directions, and then a preview box, OK, cancel, and check. Graphic updates reflect the defined reinforcement, also indicate other items specific checklist, check location, column section, punching shear, check low axis using Y and Z system, assuming the vertical force is positive with the upward following with the right hand rule. This is also a local axis system column elements easier to relate. Slab opening, dead zone, interruption with the perimeters and reinforcement, slab edge, stud rail and reinforcement, design rails in red, rails conserved for design, rails in blue, rails conserved for the detailing purposes only, perimeters, dash lines around the column sections, critical section, dark region, inside perimeters contain the slab edge, opening of the dead zone, field use, reinforcement. Select in order to apply with the default punching reinforcement arrangement, but that can be either by checked or using start reinforcement auto design. You would choose to clear the checkbox when specifying a new check if you want to perform auto design but starting at a minima. Auto design, when running an auto design reinforcement, increase until either the pass is achieved, limiting reinforcement parameters, later limits have been exceeded. Select reinforcement starting from the opposite control starting point. Auto design procedure, therefore, only displayed auto design on minimum. Remove current arrangement and begins with the minimum allowed bar size current. Current auto design commences from the current bar arrangement, steel reinforcement type, and the current release stud reinforcement considered arrangement type. These are either orthogonal or circular. We have a circular arrangement, orthogonal arrangement, rib type. So for the reinforcement rib type grade, the reinforcement grades available here to set with the materials on the home ribbon and bar size. Reinforcement bar size are available with a set with the material buttons on the home ribbon, spacing on the column face, define spacing the first bar, each rail on the column face, spacing to define the spacing between the bars along with each rail stud, the number of the studs per rail, the number of the studs on each rail, the number of the diagonal studs on one corner, the number of the stud rails adjacent to each of the corner column property of the only display with arrangement type is circular, number of the studs per column face, number of the studs adjacent to the column face, local Y, local Z, and Z directions, rail spacing between rails in local Y direction and Y and directions button. OK, close the dialog, save current reinforcement, cancel, close dialog without saving changes. Open the result dialog, displaying with a detailed result, current design, how to edit property existing punching check item using property windows. However, the cursor over the punching check item edited with the select editing tool and should appear with the press down, and over the cursor you can tell punching check item name and highlighted, select an editing tooltip, press enter with edit punching check properties set with the item should be displayed with the property windows, edit the properties required. Use the editing reinforcement dialog option is available to text applied with the walls and the cursor over the punching item to be edited. 2. Right click and choose edit reinforcement property to display graphically. Dialog method is recommended to provide an interactive view of the reinforcement arrangement convenient. Check button with the check arrangement, floor vibration, add check with the command with the floor vibration group that can be used with apply with the floor with the vibration, check with above view with the fine rectangular polygon shaped slab area with an order to create with the check with the primary beam, secondary beam, critical slab item half of the be identified associated data to be specified with the before the check floor vibration command can be used with the perform calculation. How do I create a floor vibration check item? Floor vibration check item. The object floor vibration check information calculation attached to the create with the add check command. They can only be created with the 2D views. Check the design, then form on the floor of the vibration group with a click to add check the floor vibration check properties to displayed set. Check with the defined rectangular polygon or slab with a rectangular acceptable angle. Except for the angle at 0 degrees of the area, orthogonal or global axis, and for the angle with a rectangle to be drawn. To check for the area with the rectangle, click once with the define on the first corner to drag the clear the second time with the define on the opposite corner. The polygon, if polygon is click required with the define polygon, ensure you close with the shape and clicking on the first point and the second time. The prompt created with the prompt change with the create vibration check primary beam. However, the cursor over the required beam until it becomes highlighted. Click with the select of the beam reference should appear with the property window. The property change with the create vibration check secondary beam. However, the cursor over the required beam until it becomes highlighted. Then click it and select it again when the beam reference should appear with the property window. 6. The property change the create vibration check critical slab. However, the cursor over the required slab until it becomes highlighted, then click into the slab. The slab reference should appear with the property window to provide the composite slab item to identify with the critical slab property to automatically define. For other slab items, type with those required with the input values manually. The prompt changes the create vibration check confirm create. Before confirming the check, you should review the check data with the property windows. 8. Once all of the properties are displayed with the required left click any one in the scene view in order to create the check with the primary beam and the secondary beam, critical beam, or so highlighted with the prompt changes allowing you to continue creating further checks if required. If no further checks are required, press escape to exit the command. How to create a check with the consider the 2 or 3 adjoining spans. Process with identical with the required single span except for the primary and or secondary beam adjoining span. Drop list you should select 2 span, 3 span as required. If 2 spans are option, when you hover the cursor over the select the beam, only beams of 2 more spans are available highlighted. When a beam is highlighted, note that it is beamed directly under the cursor of the bill will be noted with the critical beam. The second highlighted beam will be denominated with the adjoining beam. Note also with the second highlighted beam, the adjoining beam will be the beam closer to the current position. Hence, for the highlighting adjoining beam at a particular end for the critical beam, move the cursor toward the end of the critical beam. If the 3 span option is selected, whenever you hover the cursor over the selected beam, only the beam with the 3 or more spans are available. The highlighted beam highlighted. Note that the beam directly under the cursor will be denominated with the critical beam. With the section highlighted beam will be denominated with the adjoining beam. No, also the selected highlighted beam, the joining beam with will be with the beam close to the current position, highlighted with the joining beam and the particularly critical beam. Move the cursor over the end of the critical beam. How do I edit the property existing floor vibration check items? In order to select the check with the editing and ensure the floor vibration check tab then set with the display with the same content. Hover the cursor over the slab area where the floor vibration check exists. Select any tool to tip with the superior, press the down arrow key into the floor vibration check item name. Highlight select any tool, press into the floor vibration check properties. Set for the item should be to display the edit properties is required. Highlight check vibration for all floor vibration check items. Click the design, click floor check floor vibration. Floor vibration checks are performed all floor vibration items of model. Hover check floor vibration individual floor vibration check item. Hover the cursor over the top of the floor vibration check item to be checked. Select any tool that should appear with the necessary down arrow cursor key with the floor vibration check item name is highlighted. Select any tool tip. Right click in the in context menu. Check floor vibration. The rest of the check is displayed on the dialog on the screen. Foundations Guide.